First red ball test in the WTC cycle ever at the Eden Gardens, and we are seeing on day one a very contrasting and kind of a very strange kind of a situation. South Africa have scored 105 awesome runs, but 3 wickets. 2 to Jasprit Bumrah, 1 to Kuldeep Yadav. Temba Bavuma continues his struggles, wherein he fell for 3 runs. Aiden, Markram, Rickelton all batting very aggressively until Jasprit Bumrah bowls 2 absolute beauties. At one end there is pace and bounce, but at the other end the ball is also keeping low, as you saw in the last couple of overs before Kuldeep Yadav bowled. India are playing 4 spinners. South Africa are playing 2 spinners. The toss itself was a big talking point at this stage because the pitch was not watered. So, 105 for 3 at 3.89 runs per over with Kuldeep and Jasprit Bumrah amongst the wickets. So, people have turned up in large numbers. South Africa, as you saw, really batting well. There was a good amount of the ball came on very nicely at the very beginning. But at that point, afterwards, when Jasprit Bumrah got into his rhythm, South Africa were jolted, and the spinners, 4 of them, really troubled the South Africa batters.
Okay, I want to start with the selection because that was a bolt from the blue.
Big talking point in the toss.
Nobody could have sensed that when we picked our 11 yesterday, yes. As in majority of the people. I think most people would have zeroed in on the similar 11. Though we had a left field selection where we said it's okay. Our own 11 was it's okay, batting till 7 is good enough, but I am definitely going to get an AajTak in the mix in this particular game. And so the 11 we picked, our ideal 11, we got in an AajTak in that, and we dropped a Washington Sundar from that, but got in an AajTak simply because we said batting till 7 of a Jadeja is fine. What the Indian team has done is I'm liking one thing a lot, and I'm also disliking one thing a lot. So let's start with what I'm liking. I like the fact that they have had the courage to bring a Washi at 3. I think Washi is definitely a good enough batter to be tried at 3. Whether you try him at 3 or get Jurel to be at 3 and Washi then comes at 6, that's another matter. But the fact is that you have now believed that in Washi and Jadeja, you have 2 proper batters. They are not just bowling all-rounders. They are, I think in Washi's case, you can say a batting all-rounder because his returns with the bat have been far greater than with the ball.
Just to cut you there, when I was doing the toss, everybody was saying, here's expecting Washington Sundar to be the next Steve Smith.
Yeah, no, I mean, his bowling has also improved. Let's not get that wrong. He did well in England. In that New Zealand series which India lost, also he had wickets. So his bowling has really improved, no doubt about that. But I think he's a good enough batter to be trusted as a batter. But the only thing that I'm a bit shocked about is that you, again, because of your fascination for batting till number 8, you have gotten an Akshar Patel for an AajTak. I am not too sure about that. My thing is, on this pitch, would you need 4 spinners? Are 4 spinners the need of the hour in the conditions that you've seen?
I mean, see, there have been 2 very contrasting bowling lineups. South Africa have picked 2. In Keshav Maharaj and Simon Harmer, but left out their best spinner from the Pakistan series out in Senuran Muthuswamy. India have gone the other extreme with 4 spinners. If the match was to be judged by the first hour that you saw, was there really a need to play 4 spinners? Because there was good bounce, good carry. But now, as the game is progressing, from one particular end, the deliveries are spinning and keeping low. One delivery from Kuldeep in particular kept quite low. There is turn. This is a very strange Eden wicket because there is pace and bounce at one end, but there is spin at the other end. South Africa have 3 pacers, minus a Rabada, by the way, who's out. And I think his series participation isn't out. A rib injury doesn't heal quite quickly. You left out your best spinner, but India have got an abundance of spinners.
Yeah.
This pitch is really confounding me as far as things go.
I have a feeling that South Africa, this is a mistake that South Africa had made a lot in the past as well in India, especially in the last couple of series where they didn't have great results, was primarily because I felt they were playing their strengths more than the conditions. So quite often you'd see that South Africa, because their strength would be fast bowling, they'd go in with fast bowlers, knowing fully well that these were spin-friendly conditions, so they would not play their spinners. So they were not playing conditions, they were playing their strengths. So that's the one thing that South Africa was doing, and they got it horribly wrong. This time I thought, and I predicted that, they're definitely playing 3 spinners, so they're probably playing conditions and not so much their strength. And now they have 3 spinners, which can trouble the Indian team, and that should be their lineup. But the fact that they've not gone with it is kind of, now I'm just trying to put all those things together. Now, talking about the pitch, firstly, to address that, talking about the pitch, I think, I don't know whether one side is an issue, but I do agree that certain balls have kept low, and I heard the commentators also talk about it, that is an issue, certain balls staying low. But how is it that certain balls staying low, and this is just day 1, day 3, 4, it'll get even worse. How are we to assume that is only going to help spinners? It, for all you know, is going to help a lot of fast bowlers as well. If you get your length, there'll be reverse swing, and if you get your length right, up and down bounce, it's very tough to bat in those circumstances as well. So now there is a clear cut here where both teams have read the pitch differently. I have a feeling, and this is just a guess, I have a feeling that India may have misread the pitch a little bit more than South Africa by playing 4 spinners. The fact that South Africa has gone pace heavy and India has gone spin heavy, both may have not found the balance, but I think India relying on it to be a turner may not be the ideal assessment, because if you remember, on the eve of the game, the Indian team wasn't too happy with the way the pitch was made. And what is the first thing that you assume when the Indian team is not happy? That they've not got a spin friendly track that they desire versus South Africa. Now, if that is indeed the case, if they haven't got a spin friendly track, then what prompted them to play 4 spinners? I also agree that at the moment, if you ask me about that decision, it looks like a crazy decision to be playing 4 spinners on the pitch that we've got. But then often there's a saying in cricket that you don't pick the team for day 1, you pick the team for 5 days of a test match. Maybe now we may say that the decision is looking foolish, and here we are sitting on day 3, day 4, and spinners are wreaking havoc, and we're saying, look, they thought long term and not short term. So I don't know, but my guess right now with what I'm seeing, because the one thing that two things that I've really enjoyed in the test match so far. One, a good crowd in. Yes. How we craved for some good crowd to come in. So thank you, Kolkata. I always knew this city can do it. I always had faith in this city to, have true sporting fans that turn up for majority of sport, not just cricket. Of course, cricket too, but majority of sport.
Any sport.
They've turned up in large numbers. That's the one thing I liked. And the second thing I liked was good bounce.
Yeah.
There's good bounce on offer, which also you don't see a lot with Indian pitches. So 2 things I've enjoyed in the test match so far, apart from some fine bowling by Jasprit Bumrah, but that is not unexpected. Yeah. That is something that I expected. But the good bounce in the pitch and good crowd coming in. But I think India may have got their team wrong. I mean, on the 4 spinner front. But was she as a batter?
Yeah. See, the crowd expected 6 years later you're hosting a test match at the Eden Gardens, and it's the first time you're hosting a red ball match in the WTC ever. Last time you played pink ball. So yes, the crowd was expected to be good, and Saturday, Sunday it may be sold out, because as you know, people in Kolkata love their cricket, love any sport for that matter. Now, as far as the combination goes, before this, we were all thinking, oh, Sudarshan will get a run, Sudarshan will get a run. The left field selection, Sudarshan getting dropped. And either a DJ or Washi coming in at 3.
But I like that.
Sure. I mean, there was a big fight anyway for Sudarshan. Why was he playing? Now at the expense of 4 spinners, rather than 3 spinners and 3 pacers. Because who else is going to shoulder the rest of the pace bowling lineup? It's only Siraj and Bumrah. So, I don't know. I will not judge whether the team has gotten the playing 11 wrong or not, because What if they win with this? If you lose, then you can say that yes, hindsight, yeah, the team they picked were wrong. But 102 for 3 already with some deliveries keeping low, I think it might have been the right decision because they didn't water the pitch at all. That's why it's drier. It's getting drier.
Yeah, I think that may have happened at the last moment when the Indian team wasn't happy. I'm sure, I believe the captain was in conversation with Saurav Ganguly. So they may have tried to, get them on their side. But that's the best. But, last moment not watering will also have some minor impact, not a greater impact going forward. See, if you really wanted to prepare a spin-friendly track, then you stop watering from a few days in advance.
Yes.
Clearly, that wasn't the plan. Mr. Mukherjee, who's has been no stranger to controversies in the past. Look back at IPL. Before that, used to be Prabir Mukherjee, who also used to have. So clearly, the curator wasn't in line with preparing a pitch like that. They wanted to prepare a good bouncy pitch which will help fast bowlers. But maybe some last moment instructions after the Indian team wasn't happy, they stopped watering a day or two. How much of an impact that's going to have, we'll wait and watch. But I don't think this is going to turn into a ranked turner. At least I don't feel, even if you had to stop watering it for a few days ahead, but you've not done that. So that's the thing. We'll see how that pitch plays out. But now to India's bowling. Again, Jasprit Bumrah, outstanding as ever, and I think that is the biggest positive for India at the moment. Not only did Jasprit Bumrah look good, but he had a longish, how many?
7 overs.
7 overs. Did he bowl on the trot?
He bowled on the
7
trot.
overs on the trot for a Jasprit Bumrah to do that, I think is the most heartening bit that I've seen in this session of the test match, that you've given him a longish spell to do and he looked lethal. That delivery to Markram is worth Srisant to Callis kind. I mean,
I would go for the Rickelton dismissal. Playing down the wrong line, it's just done something of the pitch off stump. That, I think, for me was the ball of the match so far.
You could have been sitting in a much worse position if it wasn't for the magic of Jasprit Bumrah.
I know.
Because the openers started decently well. They were looking, Rickelton in particular.
Teammates.
Teammates, yeah. Square of the wicket, is his strength and looked good there. But I think it was those 2 wickets by Jasprit Bumrah that have now put the session. I don't know, whose session would you call this?
I think it would be India's. They picked 3 wickets, and that too, pacer doing up the damage in a innings when you got 4 spinners. I think that's the bonus that they would all want. So I think it is India's session. Could have. If you look at it from an objective point of view, I think it's a shared session. South Africa got 100 runs in 26 overs, 3.8 per over. Actually, it would be India's session because they came so close to taking a 4th and a 5th wicket. Because the way how Mulder was going about, he wanted to throw his wicket away at any point in time. He escaped by the barest of margins. Tony De Zorzi, we know he struggled even in Pakistan. Here also, he's kind of looked okayish, but he's not looking confident. So, but the thing is, with South Africa,
I actually have liked this partnership.
Yeah,
Mulder and Zorzi.
They brought a calm to the storm.
Yeah, they have. Actually, they're ominous signs. I hope that India, that will be the session that will start after.
But they're in that water where people are throwing stones and suddenly it's like, oops, one delivery away from a brash shot in that sense.
Yeah, but looking at them, I thought that I hope you get one of them out early because then you are in for the long haul. But overall, I think in this session, I'd say India's session because again, that the best time to bat on here at Eden Gardens is the first innings. And I think on that front, it's a fantastic toss to win for South Africa. Bad luck for Shubman Gill continues. This is his 7th loss in 8 test matches. Toss. The luck with the toss for India in general, isn't getting better. I think good toss to win because you have to, bat first and get as many runs as you can. And in that sense, they've got a good opportunity. But I think with India taking 3 wickets, you've kind of neutralized that advantage. Yeah. Had they been sitting at 105 for 2, you probably would have said, 1 also possible. You would have said, India in a bit of a trouble. But look at that. Now this is India's session.
But look at that batting lineup. They bat all the way till 11. That's the thing with South Africa.
Keshav Maharaj at 11. My God.
They can bat. This is a batting lineup. If they tick, They are simply awesome. And remember, it's not a South Africa who came here undercooked. They have had a practice in Pakistan and 2 wickets which are very contrasting. So they are averse to it, to the Indian conditions. But see, they are not encountering conditions of 2015. They are not going to encounter 2019 conditions. Where 2019, every wicket was flat. It was not a rank turner. You had to work hard. Here, I think it's a combination of both that they're facing from 2 different ends. So it is not going to be easy for them. But then, yeah, initially, even at the toss, I was like, wait a minute, Sai Sudarshan gone. After all the talk, all the fight for him, does he deserve a place? Does he deserve to play at number 3?
But then if you're going to get the balance of the team right, I think what India realized, and I think that is what when we were picking our 11 yesterday, and why is it that we put an Akashdeep in there and removed a batter? Because the larger thought that I had was that this is going to be a good batting pitch overall. I think that is the kind of impression we were getting from the reports coming out from there, as a kind of impression we were getting from the fact that India was a bit unhappy. So with all of that in mind, I thought that it's best to bolster your bowling, because runs will come, but let it not be a situation where both teams bat comfortably and you end up getting a draw, because that doesn't work in India's favor. You know, you're playing at home, you need a result, and which is the reason why you started coming up with rank turners. Now, you know, those are out. You want good pitches because those rank turners came back and bit you only. So you want to change all that. But in that scenario, you need to pack your bowling lineup. So on that front, I agree. That's why I said I agree with the part of the selection where they've taken a batter out and Sai Sudarshan and ensure that you have an extra bowler now. So now you've got enough bowlers, 4 spinners, 2 fast bowlers, 6 bowlers, multiple options for you to get wickets. Let it not be a situation where, you know, South Africa continue to bat and you say bat till 11. And if the pitch doesn't deteriorate the way I think it will not, then even second innings is not going to be easy. Not like previous second innings in India where wickets fall, you know, like a pack of cards. It's not going to happen. So you need bowlers. So 6 bowlers, I like that idea. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that you've got 4 spinners. I think you needed another fast bowler. What happens in a scenario where, okay, by the way, the other worrying factor is Siraj has looked quite out of sorts. Siraj is not really, I mean, and that has continued now for 2 matches. He was part of that in A setup where he got hammered by the South African A team in Bangalore. That match happened. And here also, I know he's a workhorse. He'll try and bounce back. Maybe second innings he'll come up with something better. But right now he's not looking good. So that support for Bumrah is not there. Bumrah, you don't know how long he can keep bowling. So I think that's where you need an Akashdeep with some local knowledge.
Yeah, 2 guys who can reverse swing the delivery with Siraj and Akashdeep.
Yes.
I think that's where, yeah, I agree. You needed to have a good pace bowling backup also. You just can't put entirely on India's 4 spinners entirely. You can't do it.
Yeah, and whatever little you've seen of Akshar right now has not looked that menacing. I mean, again, I think early days.
Early days, yeah. I think they wanted to come into rhythm, getting slowly. Akshar, when was the last time he played a test match? That also we have to look at it. So, yeah, getting into red ball rhythm, white ball rhythm, it's all about the mentality. Yes, he did play the T20As. He was fantastic there. But red ball will need... And it's not an Ahmedabad. So, we know when it's not an Ahmedabad kind of wicket, Akshar can be found out. So,
yeah.
Let's take some comment. Naveen Narayan is saying it seems toss hates India more than Pakistan. One comment, abolish the toss. Please abolish the toss.
Because you're not winning the abolish the...
Exactly, that is the comments you're getting. Abolish the toss.
Okay, you run world cricket, but can't run it like this also, na? That everything will go in your favor. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, when Suryakumar Yadav did, shall we do Aarti, we won the toss. I think that's going to happen with this Indian cricket team. Australia won a toss finally, so that's the thing.
Sachin Tendulkar is there, yeah.
Oh, wow.
How can you ignore him when he's in the chat and you're taking him?
Sorry. Yeah. Sachin Tendulkar, 6 bowlers are too many for tests and will be underused. This is typical white ball mindset, which I don't like from GG. What is need of forcing Akshar in 11? Now judge Sundar on runs at 3, not on bowling.
Yeah, I mean, I think the second part, let's start. I mean, the first bit is something we've discussed and I completely agree with you. I think on this particular, I mean, nothing against Akshar. You could have gone with Akshar for Washi also, in case you wanted to. Though I agree Washi starts, but even if you had gone with Akshar, I would have been okay, because you need some sort of batting there at 7, right? We wanted batting till 7 or 8 because the Indian team looks set. I would have been okay. That's not an issue. But it's when you are trying to get 4 spinners, 6 bowlers and 4 spinners. That is my issue. I'm okay with 6 bowlers if you want, but you need another pacer. 100%. That. But he's right. Now, are you going to judge Washington with batting at number 3? Firstly, I know his name in the team list is at number 3, but who would you play?
I would play DJ.
Even I'd play Dhruv Jurel at 3.
Exactly, because okay, unless you put him at number 3 to neutralize the Keshav Maharaj thing. That is the only way I look at it.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, Yashasvi, then Washi, instead of a Sai Sudarshan, Washington Sundar. He plays spin better. So that is why I think just to neutralize the Keshav Maharaj and threat, I think he would bat at 3. That's the only way I look.
Or they'll send like left-hander if Jaiswal gets out and right-hander if KL gets out.
KL gets out.
Both of you pad up.
Yeah.
But that right-hander won't be Gill because he'll be at 4. So
Gill
it can't be
4.
Gill and Sundar. Why?
I don't know. See, because Yashasvi Jaiswal.
So DJ and Washi will be padded up. Depending on who needs to go, will go. But then the other one then will go at 6.
See, you got
then you'll tell him take your pads off now.
The Indian team is a sandwich. You got Yashasvi, you got KL, left right, Sundar, Gill, left right, Pant, DJ, left right, Akshar then comes in at 8. Then you got a Bumrah, Kuldeep and Siraj. You got that many left-handers in the team. Imagine. That's the thing. And you got a Jaddu. Jaddu is also there. You got Jaiswal, Sundar, Akshar, Jaddu, Pant, Kuldeep. 6 left-handers and 5 right-handers. That's the makeup of this team.
Mr. Harmer will be in business with a lot of left-handers in the Indian team, the off-spinner.
Yeah.
The 37-year-old off-spinner, might I add.
But I mean, if you listen to what Deepti Sharma said in our interview on Sports Today, I completely agree with that. It is not that the off-spinner can't bowl to the right hand. You need the right line and lengths.
Correct. She picks up so many right-hander wickets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in that interview, that was the one thing which can dispel all those dark doubts. Off-spinners can bowl to right-handers.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
No, Sundar also picked up wickets. I mean, Graham Swan continues. Nathan Lyon continues to pick wickets.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Although Ashwin was a left-hander's nightmare when you look at it. That's what some of us were saying. If Ashwin was in this particular wicket, South Africa wouldn't be 3 down. They would have been 6 down. They looked very vulnerable against Kuldeep and others. So, Arvind Atreyas, Nikhil sir, your views on Bumrah comments about Bavuma. What did Bumrah say about Bavuma, by the way? We'll check it out and come back, Arvind, with that.
No, come on, Pravan.
What did
where did he say? Stump Mike catches. Oh, Stump Mike caught it.
Oh my goodness. Really?
That's not in good taste.
Damn, that's not at all good. Okay. Wait, I'll just check. What did he say?
Yeah. He told me. Pavan told me just now.
Damn, that's not good.
Aravind. For the LB, during the LBW, na?
Oh, yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
I like Temba.
I know. Temba, yaar, giant of the game, won them the WTC title. And these are the things.
Okay.
I am telling you, Vivek Singh is saying, I'm telling you, SG is not okay with opening. So he chose 4 for himself, Shubman Gill. But now that you put WS at 3, if 2 wickets fall, Gill is in trouble. Really? Why is Shubman Gill not okay with opening?
No, that is something that he had said to the Indian team management earlier, where he had said that, he'd rather bat in the middle order than open. If you remember that, there was a conversation he had with Rahul Dravid and the captain in Rohit Sharma, and he had mentioned that. And then there were, because he had said that all his life growing up, That's where he's played in the middle order. That's the thing that he's most comfortable with. So he wants to play there, and he did get that chance. However, I mean, there were different opinions on that. Some people felt that no, he should not let go of that opening. People die to get that slot. Why is he letting go of that? But I think now with the amount of runs that he's got at number four, I think there will be no debate. But he is not okay with opening, we know. But in case 2 wickets fall, then you have to be. Like Sachin Tendulkar also didn't open in Test match cricket. He used to bat at number 4, and he also was only comfortable there. He would rarely bat at 3 or 5. But if 2 wickets fell early, he took on that. You have to. That's Test cricket.
That's the grind of international cricket. Yeah. Gill will be in trouble, will not be in trouble. That depends on the way how he plays. So his former home ground.
And I think both Jurel and Washi are capable batters. That's why they've been trusted with that chance. I believe that they have it in them to be, proper Test match batters.
Yeah. Naveen Naran, can we say Bumrah slowly getting into rhythm?
Yeah, that's what I said. Because his T20 returns haven't been great since his comeback, we were of the opinion that in ODIs as well as T20 that he's looking a bit rusty, not really up to the mark. There were a few concerns, but now, I mean, watching him bowl here, I think I said that is the biggest positive for me in this session. He looked good, has bowled a lengthy spell.
Yeah, but I never had a problem with Bumrah. I mean, even his Australia returns, let's make one thing very clear. I mean, he didn't take wickets, but his economy was good.
Yeah, but I'm saying we were so used to a Bumrah running through teams. That wasn't happening. Correct. He was made to look mortal. I'm not saying he was bad at all, no. Yeah. But he was made to look mortal.
Yes. Kuldeep Sharan saying, in past players like Amla, Dravid played at 3. Now the standard goes so down now, like players like Sundar and Mulder are playing at 3. Ouch. That is harsh on Sundar and Mulder. Yaar. Come on, Kuldeep.
No, but I know what he's saying, and that is, Kuldeep, this is something that I was also thinking, that see how cricket is changing. See, in white ball cricket, you're pretty okay to, put in batters who are primarily bowlers and then experiment with them in batting. And because now in T20, because your stay is so short anyway, so you need someone to just go blast it off and get runs. All those things are there. But now for the very first time in Test match, because Tests used to be sacrosanct, you're not touching a Test batter is Test batter. You're not experimenting. Number 3 is number 3. Has to have scored tons of runs in domestic or highly rated in red ball to have. You would never, put a bowler to go into it. It is changing. You'll have to agree, and that is something.
And India was also spoiled for 3 decades here with number 3. You had a Vengsarkar, you had a Dravid, you had a Cheteshwar Pujara.
Though I must say that it's not unprecedented. Like India would, they pushed an Aaron Mongia and he would do a job at top of the order. He did it. Manoj Prabhakar quite often got pushed and would do the job. So these were not conventionally top order Test batters.
Yeah.
Didn't play their careers like that, but on occasions you push them up and they do the job for you. So it's not unprecedented. It's not that it's not been tried before.
Although short career, even Ajay was pushed up. Ajay Jadeja.
He had a terrible time though in New Zealand, but those conditions were bad. We were made to open, and the ball doing I mean 100 all out, 120 or 30 all out, 40 all, that sort of matches. So, and unfortunately for him, Jadeja was made to open at that time. It's going to be very tough. But yeah, you're right. I mean, but he was still a proper batter, right? And you asked him to.
Nowadays, which team has a great number 3? India is struggling with a number 3. Australia, even Labuschagne is in the crossroads.
But those are conventional number 3s. What he's trying to say is like you're trying to manufacture a number 3.
I know.
That is different for sure.
That is different, yes. Siddharth is saying, for past 4-5 years, my desire to play Washi as a specialist batter. Very happy. Just what I despise is playing Aksar. He's simply not good enough for tests, let alone we need 3 pacers. Ouch, Siddharth, that's very harsh on Aksar, yaar. He helped you with the bat win the BGT in 2023.
Yeah, but he's talking about as a bowler.
Well, take him out. He's a condition-specific bowler.
But that's exactly what, we were also saying was what Siddharth here is talking about. That, I mean, to just sum it up, that everyone's liking the fact that they're putting their faith in Washi the batter, which we've also agreed upon, and I think it was a move that was waiting to happen. But everyone's a bit reluctant about, playing 4 spinners, and Akshar, will he be that effective? And I think what Arvind also there points out is an interesting thing, that because you're playing 4 spinners, how many overs can you give at one go? Not more than 5 to a spinner, and that then is counterproductive, because some of your best spinners, and this is how spinners operate. If you look back from the times of the Kumble's, the Harbhajans, or a Nathan Lyon, how they operate, they need extended spell. They get into rhythm, then they play on the mind of the batter. If they have a plan, it takes many overs to execute that plan. Getting him to fall into that trap that they are setting. It's all about bowling, and that is also part of Test match cricket, right? Where you'd have lengthy spells from a spinner and then you'd price out a wicket. That really now can't happen, because you'll run out of patience, because you have now 4 spinners. You have to give everyone an over. And now if he goes for 3 overs, 4 overs without getting any wickets, you're going to be like, oh, let's change. And that could be counterproductive, because that's where he's now getting close to a wicket, but he's out before he does. So that, I think, is a very good point. That is going to happen.
Correct. Sarat Chandra saying, Nixer, do you think Washi is this generation Irfan and GG is this generation's Greg Chappell, who thinks ahead of time, which never going to happen in India?
I don't know. See, again, Irfan was a decent bat, but again, at Test level, was he, going to be a number 3, 4? No. In white ball cricket, you try to push him, which I don't think at that time was a bad experiment. Now you're looking for all-rounders like that only, na? Now you're looking for players who can be shuffled across. That is what Greg Chappell was doing at that time, which wasn't wrong. But Washi, I still think, is a proper bat.
His average is 46 here in Tests.
And it's just sometimes you have to pass the eye test as well. And I think he's passed the eye test long time ago. And that eye test is where you see like how compact he is, how he is against different kinds of bowling. Is he hurried by fast bowling? Is he troubled by spin bowling? Does he have good defense? Can he attack when the situation? He has all of that. So he's passed the eye test for some time, and I think you need to try him. Yeah, that experiment might work, might fail, is another thing. But I think you needed to try it. It's a good time to try it. I'm liking that.
Yeah. King D is saying, number 3 is the most important position in a Test batting lineup. You can't play an all-rounder for an experiment.
I'm okay with that, King D. Again, let time be the judge of that.
Yeah. And see,
and for all that we're talking, Jurel comes out at 3.
Yeah. Then you got a proper bat then. That's the thing. But then, again, is Jurel experienced at number 3, because his 200s that he scored against South Africa, both came lower down at 6, 132 and 127.
No, but again, in terms of eye test, when you see a number 3, see, sometimes you pick a youngster also, no?
Yeah.
And make him play there. You don't know. But why do you make him play? Because he passes the eye test. You see, he's good enough. Good against spin, not troubled, can use his feet, not troubled with the short ball, not hurried with pace. Yeah. These are things you see. When you see, these are things sorted, that means he has a capability of batting in Test match cricket at that position. You give him a shot. Both Jurel and Washi, I think, have that.
Yeah. And FYI, even Dravid didn't start out at number 3. He was your number 6.
Correct.
For a very long time. And then after that, he moved to number 3. I think
Dada was 3 in that particular Test match.
And to get his form back, Dravid moved to number 6 again in 2001 against Australia at this very venue.
Yeah.
So that is why it's not going to be. Let's wait and watch. That's what I would like to say at this time. So
sometimes you can be so good but still not get number 3. Someone asked VVS Lakshman.
Of course.
Right. I mean, any other time, if there was no Dravid and Tendulkar around, he would be number 3 or 4 in any country, any batting lineup.
Although he started as an opener but then went to 6.
Yeah, but he was never an opener. That's the same thing when you spoke about Gill. Lakshman realized that he didn't have a great time, and then he had a conversation that, no, I'll bat in the middle order. That's a position that suits me. I don't want to open. He risked being out of the team because the slot was available in opening, but he chose middle order, which was going to be tough for him to break. But he said, no problem. I'd rather wait than, play at a position where I'm not good at, and then, be judged on that. Let me be judged on the position that I bat well on. And he came in. Rest, as they say, is history.
Yes.
I think that knock that he played in Sydney,
167.
167, man. Oof. One of the best. If you guys haven't seen it.
I think any knock against Australia was.
I know he was
a nightmare for them.
He was
More than Tendulkar, I would say.
But that series you had lost, that test match also.
You were losing, but then that was the one bright spot you took from that entire series.
That actually then cemented his.
Yeah, I mean, this pull shots to Brett Lee, that flick that a very raw 150 kmph plus Brett Lee.
Yeah,
fantastic.
99, and then 2001, what he did then, at the
miracle.
Then he batted 3 the second innings.
Yes. No, he batted 3 in that entire match. No, 59 and 281. 3. He was at 3 only, I guess.
3 only.
Yeah.
Oh, the second innings he got pushed.
I think second innings. 59 he hit because Dravid failed in the first innings. 25 he hit only.
So he was lower down in the first innings. Second innings went to 3.
Yes.
Obviously he had to.
Of course. And the rest is history.
That actually changed the course of Indian cricket.
Changed world cricket.
Changed world cricket.
Because at that time, prior to that, you had the match fixing shadow. Indian cricket was in the doldrums. Australia were 16 and 0.
Yeah.
And you had that partnership, and that's it.
Okay. Freaking awesome, yeah.
The problem is that when you bat at number 3, you should be able to play the new ball well if a wicket falls early. Batter at 3 should play long innings to take away the shine of the new ball.
Completely agree, but I'm just saying why we doubt. Give them that chance.
Yeah.
Give them that chance.
Exactly. So
I'm okay. See, a lot of time we've been critical of some experiments that the Indian team has done. This is an experiment I'm liking. I'm not happy about the 4 spinners, as I said. This is an experiment that I think is pretty okay. Let's give them a chance.
Exactly. So the second
team is out.
Yep.
I will take last 2 comments because Rahul Dravid is
so after
we've taken
Sachin,
then we have to take Rahul.
Will India, Rahul Dravid is saying, will India play Aksar and Sena over a proper batsman? No. If you are not giving chances to batsmen in Indian conditions and build their confidence, then how do you expect them to score in alien conditions?
Yeah, good point.
Good point. See, you will encounter alien conditions now only in October, November of 2026. Because you will play the same combination even in Sri Lanka when you play 2 tests there. So, that's the thing. And Saurav Mukherjee. Surprisingly, you were pretty unhappy when you complained about the India side being closer to the final 11. I mean, a wannabe great test side should be bold enough. Why make a fuss?
I don't get the point.
Yeah.
So,
you complained about the India side being closer to the final 11 of this particular thing.
Yes. Because my point was that why are you, giving them practice with our main bowlers?
That's the thing. Why make a fuss? That is the main point.
No, I that may be his opinion. I don't think that.
Because a great test side should be bold enough. Oh, okay, no problem.
Bold enough. No other test side does it. When India goes overseas, they don't play these warm-up games because they complain that we don't get good teams to play against. They don't give us good teams. There's a reason, no? They don't give us good pitches. They say that's why they've stopped playing, because they have to play with some random side put together, which is lower than even county level. And that's why Indian team complain that we get no practice because of that. There's a reason. And now India is saying, no, we'll give you the best practice available.
Yeah.
Who's going to be responsible now if, their bowlers, you look at Siraj, I think he's found a bit short on confidence. If Kuldeep doesn't have a great test match, who's going to be responsible for shattering their confidence?
Yep.
If South African batters go on to score a lot of runs, what is there to say that they were not inspired by their A team, second string batters hammering Indian bowlers and taking few tips from them, or just even if not taking tips, just gaining confidence that if a second rung team can do this to their almost main lineup, we guys will ace them. I still stand by it. I don't think it was a great idea.
Exactly.
Shouldn't have done it.
Yep. So, second session of the first test.
You could have played your, Khalil Ahmeds of the world. If you
all the
wanted
guys
to
not
them.
playing Ranji could have played in the India side.
Yeah, exactly. Just to, they wanted practice. I'm sure there's many bowlers who are dying. Navdeep Saini, where is he?
Yeah.
Who he was back, to come by. Get them to play.
Yep.
They could have practiced against them. Not my main team.
Yes, exactly. So, second session, what do you think? India getting more wickets, or have the South Africans, like you said?
I don't know. I'm not making a prediction, but I would say that you need to break this partnership because I think they're beginning to look comfortable. India is still on top.
Yeah.
But if India gotten 6-7 wickets by the end of the day, I think they'll be happy.
They'll be happy.
All out though would be a cherry on top.
Exactly.
7 wickets or so would they'd take it.
Exactly. So, yep, we'll be back now for the tea break at 2:10. So, join us then. Until then, from me and Nikhil, it's bye-bye. See you soon.
Boy.
Bye.